Hi everybody. Well, my MS is doing a little bit better. At least my face isn't affected as much. It was really weird. I was getting kind of weird contortions in it, and I wasn't able to speak very well, and just not doing real good in general. And I know I probably should have videotaped it anyway and vlogged about everything. I'm just not at that point yet. I mean, it's hard enough for me to actually do this. But I'm hoping that I can help somebody, anybody. And if I can help somebody, then hey, then it's worth it. And down the line, I might be able to actually put myself out there. Just a little embarrassing still, so I'll give it some time and I'll do it. I actually got a couple of emails and messages sent to me. People wanted to know how I was diagnosed, which is actually a really good question and something I should vlog about. I mean, I'm curious to know how everyone else was diagnosed and, what are maybe the signs they could have seen earlier. My story is kind of laziness, putting it off, not wanting to deal with it maybe. I have a lower back injury, and actually I have a couple back injuries, but the lower one was the main one at the time. So I had to get a lot of testing, MRIs, nerve testing, mostly nerve testing and MRIs. And this particular day I was getting a nerve test done, and he did this in both of my right and left leg to see, what the difference was from one leg to the other. So I was like, okay, I hate them. I hate them so much. They hurt. I mean, they're basically triggering your nerve to have some response. And the slower the response or the less the response, I'm still slurring, sorry. The more, that they can see that there's damage. So, in this particular test, the guy that was doing the test asked, you have some other nerve damage in your left as well. Have you ever been diagnosed with MS? No, I haven't. And I kind of looked at him weird, and he said, well, maybe you should have just talked to your doctor about it. I'm like, oh, okay. And I didn't. Like a fool, I didn't. I thought, no, he doesn't know what he's talking about. So about a year goes by, and of course I'm having MS symptoms. I'm falling, I'm stumbling and stuttering, and I have mornings where I wake up and my arm's really numb and I can't use it, my legs go numb. I'm thinking it all has to do with my back. So I get another MRI and another nerve test. And again, I'm asked by a different guy, have you been diagnosed with MS? And I said, no. He goes, oh, I'm sorry. And he leaves it at that. So at this point, I'm thinking, well, maybe I should actually talk to somebody about this. So it's kind of hard for me because it's been about 7 years that I've had this. And only diagnosed about 5. And I wish I would have, checked into it a little earlier. Maybe I could have got help earlier. I think I'm like a lot of you out there. You don't want to face it. You're like, they don't know what they're talking about. Or, whatever. So I actually talked to my doctor about it, and he said, well, you do have a lot of symptoms. Let's get some tests done. So in the meantime, I get some tests done. I get, a CAT scan or MRI. They do the brain scans, and I don't remember all of the tests. I just know that I've gone through numerous tests and 2 doctors that both agree I have MS. That was about 5 years ago. So my symptoms haven't been severe enough, so I don't go on any permanent medications. Well, needless to say, 5 years later, I'm having a lot of problems. So I'm seeing a different neurologist, and I need to be put on something. And it's not good to wait. It's not. I don't know if I'm denying what they already know. I mean, I look up everything, I check into everything, I try to find the alternative, but it's not working. You know, I've done a lot of different things. It's just not working. I'm on a lot of pain medication. I've had disc fusion in my neck. They went through the front here. I still have a scar. I don't know if you can see. That was a little over a year ago. I'm not real happy with that either. And my lower back, they say there's nothing they can do right now, which is giving me a lot of pain. I'm on a lot of medication. Had a hysterectomy because of a lot of fibroids and everything, and so I had a complete hysterectomy on top of everything. So, needless to say, I went from being thin to being overweight. I try to do some exercise on days that I'm okay, and I try to get out there, but it's not enough. It's not enough. And then I'm depressed. I try to eat well, I try to eat right, but there are those days, those depressing days. I wish I were like, you know, other members of my family, you know, that are thin, but I'm not. So, I have a great husband, though, who's happy with me, no matter who I, you know, how I look. It's who I am that he loves. I have to give him so much credit. He's such a doll. So I know it doesn't say a lot about my whole diagnosis. It's still hard to talk about. It's still, I gotta switch hands, sorry guys. It's still kind of hard to talk about because, I don't know. I have been in counseling. Not specifically for the MS, but for, you know, pain and everything else. But I know I need to get in some type of counseling. And I don't think I've really... I mean, I tell people, you know, family members, and when they ask, I explain as much as I can. But I don't like talking about it much. I don't know if I've actually come to accept it yet. I don't think I have. Maybe I'll come to terms with it soon. But, I have MS. I guess that's a start. So, I won't make this one that long because I don't want to bore you guys to death. And I know that one of my videos is not very good. So, I hope you all have a wonderful day. If you have any questions, if you have anything you want to ask me, please do. And I will try to get out videos as much as I possibly can. Like I said, I was embarrassed. I didn't want to come out and talk to you guys when I was having major issues, but maybe I should. I can't always put the good face forward. I might have to actually show the real side of MS, the not so pretty side. So, just take it easy, and I'll talk to you all later. Thank you so much. Tschüss.